Hey everyone, Lewis speaking here, and today, well, this is a almost the same video of if you compare with the previous one that I released a few days ago, and the reason of I do this video again is because I wasn't happy with the first one, so I want to do something different, and let's see if we will work now. Now, well, my idea is talk about the general idea of the skeleton, just to review the same topic of last time, but um, now with an upgrade, let's say an upgrade. Okay, so starting with the general idea of the skeleton, guys. So you probably know that the skeleton is a collection of bones that makes up the framework of the human body, and it's quite often described as the structure that supports and protects the body. But I would like to ask you, can you think about of the skeleton as only being structural? Just think about this, and then think what would happen if the skeleton were not there at all. And what role do you think it plays beyond just holding us up? Okay? After think about this, just pause the video. If you want to write in the comments, just write in the comments. Otherwise, you can carry on with the explanation. So, it's important to understand that the skeleton does more than just support, because this structure also provides a place for muscles to attach and allow us to move, which is important, and protect our vital organs such as heart, lungs, and also brain. There are other structures that will be protected, I know, but right now just stay with these three structures in mind. So without the skeleton, our body wouldn't be able to hold its shape. And crucial, important organs like the heart and brain would be vulnerable to damage. Nowadays, students quite often work with artificial skeletons, and I know this very well because I wasn't a student. I passed. I came through the same things that you are coming probably, and these artificial bones, they actually doesn't doesn't show the the real the real picture of the bones. What are the bones? Why? Because usually they are plastic models, yeah. And of course, artificial skeletons are useful for understanding bone structure. I'm not saying that they are not, but they don't capture the nuances of real bones. And the real bones have living tissue. Okay. Um, well, blood vessels as well. We need to consider. And the other thing is they are constantly regenerating. Of course, this is in a human being that is alive. Now, artificial skeletons, it's important to just reinforce this, okay, guys? Artificial skeletons, they lack in flexibility and resilience when you compare with real bones, um, which are pretty much essential for daily movement and adaptation. Now, real skeletons can be studied either through disarticulated bones, where the pieces are separated, or from dissections of cadavers. And the second part might be the hardest one for many students, because not all the students have access to the lab, and they don't have even, and those that have access to the lab, sometimes they don't have access to the cadaver to dissect, which is sad. Now, what do you think happens when bones are separated in this way? This is something that I would like to ask you. Okay, when bones are separated, it's hard to understand how they work together to facilitate movement and support. Can you see this? Can you have this vision of how hard might be studied just these articulated bones for some students, especially students that work with movement, like sports scientists, physiotherapists, let's say chiropractors and osteopaths, and Chinese traditional Chinese medical acupuncturists. Yeah, even physicians might have some difficulty to understand these things. Now, another question is, why do you think that understanding the connections between bones is important in understanding the skeleton, let's say, as a whole? Well, connections between bones such as joints, ligaments, and tendons are what makes the skeleton are actually what make the skeleton dynamic and functional. And the relationships between bones are just as important as the bones themselves. Okay? So just keep this in mind. Now, what I'm gonna do? This is the video that I wanted to share, and this is my, let's say, this is my first try doing this video. As I do a random drawing. I know you probably would prefer any specific drawing related with the topic, but let's say that I'm gonna bring a more theoretical and Socratic style here to these videos. And it's like a shot, guys. It's like a shot. So we can talk, we can make questions, we can answer the questions. So let's try to build up a community here where we can talk and where we can share our things. Okay, so this is what I wanted to share, and see you next time.